Are we live?
Yes, we are. Dang,
Cool.
my phone is far. All right, we jumping into it with rat shit. Okay.
Let's see if I.
I don't think you're gonna get this one. I'm
Oh,
just
really?
gonna go out and say it. No.
Is it a rap song?
Um, it is rap.
Okay.
Okay. I ain't got no gang, but I got shooters and I bang bang. At the snap of my fingers, I'm Thanos. Damn it, damn it. And I'm still on your head. Cornrows. Damn it, damn it. They call me the captain, the catwalk assassin. When they know it's slapping, then here come the yapping. All of the snitching and all this bitching. Just sufficient expedition, dumb admission. In the kitchen cooking up them chickens, extra leg, but I ain't even trying to kick it. Country, petty, petty, all the same to me, plain Jane spaghetti. No sauce, too soft, They salty, they shooting like curry. Anything?
I want to guess the artist first.
Okay.
I want to start by saying, it's a female?
Yes.
Okay.
All these females.
Is it Meg?
No.
Damn it. Okay.
That was a good guess, though.
Damn it. It's not Doechii. Is it Doechii?
No.
Okay. Is it Doja?
No.
Damn. Okay. Oh man, I know it's a female rapper. I just can't. One more time. Give me one more.
You want me to keep going?
If you can.
Yeah.
Or repeat it, whichever one is. I don't want to make it easier for myself. I'm just saying, give me whatever you feel like you can.
I ain't got no gang, but I got shooters and I bang bang. At the snap of my fingers, I'm Thanos. Damn it, damn it. And I'm still on your head. Cornrows. Damn it, damn it. They call me the captain, the catwalk assassin. When they know it's slapping, then here come the yapping. All of the snitching and all of this bitching. Just sufficient expedition, dumb admission. In the kitchen cooking up them chickens.
Is it Lil Kim?
No.
Damn.
No more guesses for you.
Damn.
It's Beyonce. Spaghetti.
What? You know, Beyonce be rap. That's not fair, babe.
Why isn't it?
Because
if you listen to the song, she's rapping. She's rapping.
All right. Okay. If you're gonna do that, then that's okay. I mean, fair enough.
Beyonce be rapping.
Beyonce do be rapping.
Beyonce be rapping.
Beyonce be rapping.
For real.
This is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a couple of them, but that's when I couldn't. That's off of Cabo Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. Good.
Crazy.
That's dope.
Spaghetti go off, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of another record that she was rapping on it. I was like, damn. I think it was off of the when her and Jay-Z had those 10 records together. I forget. Is it Love Is King or Love Is something? No, it was something.
Black is King?
No, it wasn't that one. It was before that. They had like a EP together or something. Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Okay. Well, while you're looking at
Everything Is Love.
Oh, Everything Is Love.
Yes,
okay.
It was it's an album in 2018. So there's some records on there. I think she's rapping on there too. Mm-hmm. So those are the ones I know, but yeah, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
You did good.
Yeah, when you listen to it, like when you listen to the
record.
It
was a female though, bro.
Yeah. When you listen to the record, you can really you'll really appreciate it. It's dope. Honestly.
Cool, man.
It's
I like
fire.
that.
Okay.
I don't mind losing that way.
Yeah.
This is fun.
You know what? It should get zesty. We should introduce some stuff that we otherwise isn't super duper popular, but we have an appreciation for it because we have an appreciation for the craft. Do you feel me? So
fair enough.
I'm into it. Well, welcome back, y'all.
What's up?
How are y'all doing? Happy Monday. Happy fun day. Top of your work week, okay? We're here in your ear holes. Can you hear us? In your ears, okay? It's your favorite married friends, okay? Here to give you some more, giggles. Here to give you some more kiki, some laughs, some things to ruminate on and to just,
Mm-hmm.
catch up and kick off your work week the right way. So, for those of you who are new here, my name is Alia King, and this is my husband.
Carrot King.
And this is the One Thing for Certain podcast, honey. All right, where we get together and we talk to you, our internet friends, about the things that we specifically want to talk about. Okay, and that's always going to be a gumbo, if you will, an amalgamation, a fusion. Okay, fusion, huh? All right, of
Assemble.
assemble. Jesus, what? Of just the things that tickle our fancy that we want to talk about, and you get to listen, and that's all we ask. Okay, that's all we ask, that you listen, that you comment, like, subscribe. This list is getting longer, but it's okay. You know what I mean? But yeah, come and chill with the peeps, okay? And if you're new here, we like to kick things off after our rap shit and introductions with our current obsessions, okay? And if my rap shit song wasn't an indication of what my current obsession is gonna be, well, let me be the one to tell you guys. It's gonna be Beyonce. And before we jump into it, I just want to preface with this disclosure and this, public service announcement. If you're if you're among the populace that doesn't care for Beyonce or doesn't think that, like all of the hype is worthy or anything like that, you can leave. You're welcome.
We've already said this a few times. This is a Beyonce, Kendrick. Those are friends of the pod. So if y'all feel away, oh, Beyonce can't sing. Oh, Beyonce's not that great. Oh, Beyonce's not that pretty.
Then
Oh, Beyonce.
this just isn't the space for you, and we wouldn't want you to feel uncomfortable or like awkward, right? By any means of at all. We want you guys to be able to find a place in a space that welcomes you with open arms, and it won't be here. Okay?
Arms
So,
wide open.
arms wide
Okay.
open.
You
It's
have a
not. It's not. They're
sleeping.
not open. Okay? We want you to go. Because you're probably going to want to leave. But anyway, for those of you all who obviously have ears, we're going to be talking about Beyonce, the greatness that is Beyonce, and the beauty of the Grammys holistically,
Yes.
right? It was an incredibly entertaining Grammys, to say the least. It was on everybody's timelines last week, and for good reason. But Beyonce is going to get the flowers and the highlight that she deserves for being such an incredible artist, because not only did she break through in a completely new genre, that she did not start off in country music. She won 3 Grammys for Cowboy Carter during the 2025 67th annual Grammy Awards ceremony. She won country duo group performance for 2005 for Two Most Wanted with Miley Cyrus. She won country album of the year for Cowboy Carter, and then she won the coveted and ever elusive for her,
The crown jewel.
the crown jewel of the Grammys, literally the last award of the night, album of the year. She won for Cowboy Carter. And it was just a really beautiful full circle moment.
Yeah.
Obviously there's lots of people who want to talk about whether or not that album is the album that should have won album of the year of her entire discography.
Ooh,
But
that's an interesting question.
But you don't get to choose when people recognize your greatness. You don't get to choose when you get the credit that you deserve. Like, you can be somebody who's been grinding for years and years and years and don't get the recognition until, unfortunately you pass or something happens or whatever. But you don't get to choose that as the person who is the creator of the art.
Yeah.
You don't get to dictate when the accolades or if the accolades ever come. You just have to do it and commit to it. And the reason why I'm so happy truly for Beyonce is not just because, she is the most decorated or the most Grammy winning artist ever, and yet has never won album of the year. But because Beyonce, as a creator and
Mm-hmm.
as an artist and as a musician, has been giving us 25 years of consistent, like, just bar raising of her
Mm-hmm.
own skills, of her own like songwriting abilities, performing capabilities. She's always growing and stretching herself. Some of us can't hold down a job, let alone a relationship,
Oh wow, man.
or you know what I'm saying, are the same weight for 25 years. But Beyonce has found a way to keep giving us just jewel after jewel after jewel. And if you are a lover of music, or if you are someone who recognizes talent and can appreciate the quality of work that someone puts forward, I just, again, I feel blessed to be a witness
Mm-hmm.
to the greatest living performer. Period.
She is the greatest living performer
She is one of the greatest performers I have ever seen.
in real life.
She is my favorite artist. Period. Period. Like, and she's one of, like, she's black,
Beyonce is your
y'all.
1A.
100%. A hundred
She's your 1A.
percent.
Fair enough.
Like, she is just
Kendrick is my 1A.
that girl, okay? And she's been that girl. I remember where I was when I first heard Crazy in Love. Like, it literally
I
woke
also
me up
remember
of that, out of my sleep when I heard those horns playing for the very first time. And she's turned me every which way but loose. In those 25 years, and I for one am
25
grateful.
years.
I for one am grateful for her commitment to her artistry, because
Yeah.
it has given us some real beautiful moments, some incredible bodies of work,
Mm-hmm.
from top to bottom. Like, her ability to masterfully curate a body of work, from the visuals to the fashion to the songwriting to the composition to the performances, everything that she gives you. Because Beyonce is like a very private person, but if you have been listening for 25 years, she has been telling us who she is and how she's been transforming over the years of her career in such vivid detail. She is literally telling y'all exactly how she feels about herself and black people when she shows you these visuals. Like, when I saw her basically Beyonce Bowl, right, for her Christmas performance.
Oh yeah, when she did the Christmas Day
Oh
game,
my gosh.
Houston Texans versus
When
the
I'm
Ravens.
talking about, she
I
got
think. Yeah, something
niggas
like that.
standing up on horses, bareback, white, dripped up and
White.
draped out.
The white
Like,
was
I want to
whiting.
be in whatever vision or like world that Beyonce has, that she brings to life through her concepts and through her like artwork and through her messaging. Like, I want to be there.
I
I
feel
want to
like
be in that world.
as a Beyonce fan, and you are more of a level 1 fan than I am.
100%.
But 100% a fan of Beyonce over here. What do you think? Like, which album?
Lemonade.
Lemonade.
Lemonade was a masterpiece.
Do you feel like she started getting more? To me, I feel like she started getting more like personal and black once she dropped
The
the self-titled one and
Oh yeah.
On, right?
She's been on a rocket ship ever since. We thought I Am Sasha Fierce was crazy. We thought that was crazy. That was Single Ladies. We thought that was her mountaintop.
Is Halo on that? Halo and 4+4 is on there too. See, I be knowing my stuff. 1+1.
4+4 is
I be knowing my
crazy.
stuff. It's math.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, we thought that was her mountaintop. And then the
Fire,
heifer
man.
released self-titled. The fuck? Like,
The self-titled joint was crazy.
she is in a different stratosphere.
All videos too. I still have all the videos on my.
And she turned around and did the same thing
laptop.
for Lemonade.
Yep.
But she put it together literally in a full cinematic production.
Yep.
You remember when she made HBO free for a weekend so people can watch the Lemonade album?
Oh yeah. That was the Super Bowl too, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't the Super Bowl. It was supposed to be. It was during the. It was like during one of the final seasons, I think, of Game of Thrones, and they postponed it a week for Beyonce.
I'm saying, when did she announce Lemonade?
Lemonade was announced like a regular project. Like she came, I think Lemonade was announced during her Super Bowl
You're right.
performance.
You're
Yes,
right.
well,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
not
yeah,
her
yeah.
Super Bowl performance. It was technically like
She
Bruno.
was she was on
No,
she
it wasn't
was
Bruno
featured.
Mars. She was featured. She opened it with Formation, and after that
Yeah.
performance, that's when they released the Lemonade commercial. Like
Yeah.
it was a commercial for Lemonade,
I
and
remember because
then
you
the
you
following
bugged
week,
out when that happened.
yes, and then the following week, I still remember where I was. We were at your uncle's house
Yep.
when we watched it,
Yep.
and yeah, she's been blowing my hairline back since Crazy in Love dropped.
Mm-hmm.
She's been blowing my hairline back
So
since
Lemonade.
the
Okay.
week.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think she's incredible. But
I think she
congratulations to Beyonce. My favorite part of the whole night is when she won Country Album of the Year.
Blue's like, get up.
Mommy, get up. She
Get up.
genuinely was surprised. Genuinely was
Get
surprised. Get up. God bless him.
God
Lord
bless
have
Meek, man.
mercy. Someone help him get his life together. Drake fell in the same hole he kicked Meek Mill in.
Man,
Jesus.
that's karma.
H Christ. Yeah, man. But shout out to Beyonce.
Yeah,
Shout out
man.
to all my beehivers.
Wanted in blonde too. Come on now.
Come on. Just, I'm talking about the titties was tittying. Just looking amazing. Just looking
Shout out to Beyonce, man.
like a tall glass.
They had to
of
make they made Beyonce start coming to these reward shows
caramel
every year.
macchiato.
At one point, they weren't even coming to the Grammys, and now they come in every year because they're like, hello,
hello. The fuck? Where's my 78th Grammy, nigga?
I know she has 35 Grammys. She's the most Grammy'd up
Grammy award-winning artist in history.
Yeah, most decorated.
So, you know, sit up straight.
Yeah.
A shout out to Beyonce. All hail the queen. Period. All right, babe. What's your current obsession?
This isn't my current obsession because, but I'd be remiss to not, as we talk about our favorite artists, Kendrick Lamar won 5 Grammys. Everyone knows. I just wanted to list them out in case you didn't, you didn't know. He got Song of the Year, Rap Song of the Year, Music Video, Best Performance.
Jesus. For one record.
And I'm missing one. I'm missing some. Record of the Year.
Yes, he got Song of the Year.
And Record of the Year.
Performance of the Year.
Yeah, Music Video of the Year. Yeah.
It was a fire music video.
It was.
It was a fire music video.
It was.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5.
Yeah. So he got his 5 Grammys. Kendrick just opened his mouth. I'm just kidding, Drake. It's fine.
Hey, listen, what you said earlier, he needs to go ahead and take care.
He just need to go, because it's so far gone.
It's so far gone.
And this isn't my current obsession.
From the mat,
so
terrible.
Drake is in Australia doing his shows.
He went to the other side of the fucking planet.
Yes, and
to
I'll be remiss to
avoid
not
watching a room of his peers and people he admires.
Boy,
standing up.
Oh boy.
To sing.
Oh boy.
A minor.
Oh boy.
As his op.
Yeah.
Gets the award for the fifth Grammy of the night.
In a Canadian tuxedo.
Beyonce is clapping to it.
So Morris
Morris
Chestnut is sitting next to Taylor Swift and he's singing the words.
It's a fucking bop.
Blue is also singing the words of it.
Jesus.
It's something. They make a joke. John Lennon's son, I think, makes a joke, or his grandson or something like that makes a joke, and it's like, hey, if you haven't learned anything else, don't get into a rap beef
ever.
But shout out to Kendrick, man.
Shout out to Kendrick. And truly, I really want us to talk about this because at the height of the beef, we all truly believed that win, lose, or draw, at the very beginning of the beef, win, lose, or draw, we never thought that either one of these artists would do lethal damage to the other one's career, even after the battle was done.
Well,
Even after They Not Like Us dropped, and then Drake released the Heart Part 6 where he said he's going to take his ball and go home because he don't want to play with you no more
basically.
and go on vacation. Even after that, I thought there was an avenue for Drake to come back. I was
There
like, all
was.
he has to do is release a summer jam and no one's going to care about it anymore, right? Or all he has to do is go away for the winter, you know what I'm saying? Get warm, come back, release an album. Now, with 5 Grammys, They Not Like Us, mind you, this is for one record. GNX was not even submitted
It's the most
because it
decorated
was
rap song in history, and it's a beef.
that one
It's a
song
beef record.
has just as
This record.
many Grammys
As
as
Drake
has in his entire career. Okay?
Yeah, bro.
Like, I truly, frankly,
I'm what the culture feeling.
I don't see that there's a path forward for him, for Drake.
Well, I will be on the record and say I blame Drake for ruining, kind of dampening his career just as much as I blame Meek for when Drake did what Drake did to
Well,
Meek.
Meek literally waited too long to respond, and then when he responded, it was subpar.
It was
subpar.
Well, it response in the sense of not necessarily responding to Drake, but just putting up. I always use like Rick Ross as an example, because he's not the best rapper in the world or nothing like that, but he went against 50, even Fat Joe too. They went against 50, and what they did was they let 50 be 50, but they kept dropping records. Rick Ross kept dropping decent enough songs to where eventually,
nobody really cared like that
nobody,
because he had you doing a little ditty bop.
Now, I will say this is kind of interesting too, because I wonder if it was inevitable that Drake would have this problem with his record label to where now he can't drop music.
I think it's all horseshit.
He can't drop music?
No. I think this would have never happened had the battle rap never happened.
There was already kind of some rumors about him going back and forth with UMG, which I don't understand why.
But that's a renegotiation
they just gave that
tactic.
Man $400 million.
Is literally suing his own record label. He's suing the parent company of his record label to prove a point.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. This is,
but I don't think it would have gone this far had the battle not happened.
It's the ultimate cut your nose to spite your face, 100%. And I think that's. I think the reason why people can't get over it and the stomping keeps happening. Obviously, there's things that keep the pace.
I'm doing what COVID did. They'll never get over it. I'm sorry. I just had to say it.
Never get over it. Yeah. So the song drops, and then the pop out drops, and then the music video drops, and now it's and then GNX drops, and then the Grammy comes, and then he wins the Grammys, and now it's the Super Bowl. All in between that, I still felt like prior to the lawsuit, prior to the
lawsuit was the nail in the coffin.
Even I think between him and having like academics trying to do whatever they're trying to do to like figure this stuff, I just think that if Drake was able to, if he was dropping music, I think it wouldn't have been as bad. But instead, he kept everything around him, and the energy coming back from his side is all giving, I'm not bothered, but he is clearly bothered.
He's obviously bothered. He had to do a tour in Australia because
I was
Kendrick
talking to my
had 2 different concerts.
Yeah, I was talking to my man. He was like, yo, he went to Australia. He should be fine. I'm like, bro, I don't know. I'm thinking about the Super Bowl, and I'm thinking about how much hype is around this thing. And, the Super Bowl is free on Tubi, right? So there's no wall to access it now like there normally is for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be...
Well, not really. Like, even if you have cable television, you can watch.
Yeah, but
like you can have antennas on a TV and you can still watch the Super Bowl because it's on like one of them like single number.
I wouldn't say channels. Fair. I think it's ABC or something like that. But the Super Bowl garners what 200 million, 250 million Americans watching the Super Bowl. 75. This is 2023. 75 million people internationally watching. He's gonna have to go to space. That nigga's gonna have to do concerts on the moon for him to not feel this.
No, he's gonna feel the reverberations of it, and it's the end. He's got the last stone in the Thanos gauntlet. Like,
and again,
he's literally about to
I'm
just
on.
snap his
I'm
career
I'm on
away.
record. I'm a Drake fan. I have a special thing growing up. It's the era. It's our era. Like I know you don't like the man, his music, him too. But like,
I think he's a fucking weirdo. Unequivocally.
fair.
Unequivocally. I've always thought Drake was fucking weird.
I just think that I think he's doing himself more damage than the moment at this point. Honestly, I think he's actually made it worse for himself. But I digress. Real quick, my current obsession is two things. One, and they're both in honor of Black History Month because it's two black men doing ridiculous things in the arts. First one, the guitar player, his name is Chubbs or Jib or what is his name? I'm gonna put the video up here. Jib Smith, I believe his name is. He's actually the guitar player for Frankie and Beverly, and he's worked with a lot of people.
Okay.
And he's a guitar player that goes out on stage. I'm gonna put it up here. He goes out on the way he walks out on stage to do his solo is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy because
He got everyone in there pregnant, including the men.
Wow.
Just saying, it's the truth.
Wow.
Y'all gonna see the video. It's crazy. That's the first one. The second one, there is a black snowboarder.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's get into
His name is it Ted? Teb? What's his name? Hold on. His name is Zeb. Zeb Powell.
Zeb Powell.
Yes.
Okay.
He, I think, is competing or was competing recently in like the X Games. And I'll put the video up here too. But this is just a sample of what he be doing.
There was one, the chosen one, potentially the reason why this thing even exists. Dare I say the most creative man on a snowboard, Zeb Powell.
Okay, buddy.
Bruh, he's
out
20
there
years
flying.
old, babe. He's 20 years old.
I love to see it.
He's 20 years old and he's already destroying. And it's just an interesting thing because once black people get a hold of anything,
Don't let us figure out that we like some shit because now it's not yours no more.
yeah, you get black people into surfing, guess what?
Well, there you go.
So, shout out to Black History Month.
Big Black history.
Shout out to black people just doing incredible things.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? How do you all these amazing guitar players and the man can come up on stage and present us with a solo of a guitar that we've never really seen before. Like
Right.
we've never really seen that before.
Yeah.
We ain't never seen a black person on a snowboard do what this dude is doing. He's 20 years old.
Yeah.
It's
Just getting
insane.
started.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Speaking of black people, Doechii, since we're just gonna circle right back to the Grammys.
Oh, yeah.
4-time nominated, one Grammy Award winner. She is the third woman to ever receive
Rap album of the
Rap
year.
album of the year.
Yep.
It was Lauryn Hill in
Cardi.
like 92, then Cardi B, and now Doechii. And her acceptance speech was absolutely beautiful.
Phenomenal.
It literally brought tears to my eyes. Her performance was spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
That is someone who has been preparing for this moment for years. She saw the occasion, she rose to it, and then stood on that bitch. She sure did.
Yeah.
I felt so incredibly proud of her.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really did. I felt so proud of her in that moment, and like to really watch.
The fact that she took that moment to, and it almost like you can see it in her head happen. She was like, I need to talk to black women. Like
Period.
immediately. Like she
Yeah.
was like,
She was like, oh yeah, let me make sure I say this. And then like
shouted out Tampa crazy.
literally gave me chills. Gave me
Yeah.
chills. Shout out to her. Like
25-year-old little baby.
we are just we're magicians.
Shout out to TDE. I mean,
are
I think
alchemists.
they done racked up 7 Grammys that night or something like that.
They
4
doing
Grammys last Grammys with SZA, and they're just doing. I mean, they're running
they
it
are
up.
churning them out.
They're running them up, man.
They really, really are. I'm talking about quality, like artists. They are grooming them.
They're grooming
They
them,
are
man.
preparing them, and they are like,
Flying.
yeah.
They let them go, and
they're spectacular.
Yeah.
Spectacular. So
Stoked, man.
shout out to them. All right, babe. So let's get into Are We in Like or Love? And so we talked about this a couple weeks ago that the final season of Harlem. Has aired on Amazon Prime, and we are a fan of the show Harlem. If you haven't gone to see it yet, go see it. It's starring Megan Good,
Tyler Lepley.
Don't give me the line on the other ladies' names, but those are the two main characters. Megan Good is playing Camille, who is by the time of this season, she was a adjunct professor at Columbia University as an anthropologist, and
Those were the last 2 episodes.
that's what I had to look it up.
I was trying to. Yeah.
But yeah, they're in their final season, 3rd season. It's only 6 episodes, so it's you get through it quickly. Amazon Prime basically released them in 2 episodes at a time. So
I like that
weeks.
pace too.
It was cool. I mean, it was clear that they were, just
Hurrying it up.
trying to get it over with, which is so trash because
right.
we've come to really love and be invested in these characters. What I really want to talk about, not so much is like, do we like or love like the
Show as a whole.
right? Because we talked about that we love the show.
Love the show.
I really want to talk about Camille and Ian's relationship and my theory about Camille specifically, right?
Okay.
Like, so the real question is do we like or love their love? Because we're always going to be advocates of black love, and they are 2 insanely gorgeous people. Tyler Lepley and his fiance Miracle Watts, they are a absolutely stunning couple.
Shout out to Miracle, man. Shout out to Miracle. Yeah.
They are both really, really good looking. Like in my fantasies, I don't look like me. I look like Miracle Watts.
Have you seen that video of them dancing?
I don't need
years
to.
ago.
I don't need to.
My goodness.
If any leak were to happen,
People talk
gonna
about that
go
all the time.
watching.
Yeah.
I'm watching it. Listen, they're very attractive. Anywho, but a close second to their beautiful black love is if these 2, Megan Good and Tyler Lepley, were to really be in a relationship with one another. It's absolutely abhorrent. Like, they're so attractive.
Yeah.
The 2 of them are so attractive. But they have this crazy, like, Greek tragedy type of love going on between them, in which I personally think Camille is the problem. I do. I think Camille is the problem. I think she is incredibly, she catastrophizes situations in her head extremely fast. She is someone who I feel as though because her main parental figure, her mom, was not able to give her the time, love, and attention that she needed, because I personally think, at least the energy that her mother character on the show plays, it is obvious to me that she has some type of mental illness. She is either bipolar or like she has maybe she's on the spectrum or something like that,
or just has anxiety that needs to be medically treated.
She has some type of mental illness. Like, anxiety is a lot, and everybody suffers from it in some way, shape, or form.
Sometimes people have to take medication for it.
But the way that this woman puts thoughts together in her mind, and the way she operates in the world, and the way she presents herself in the world, is someone who is not in this plane. she's not seeing and doing what the rest of us are seeing and doing. You know what I'm saying? And so because of that, Camille has developed a anxious attachment style in which she puts all of her hopes and dreams and faith into these relationships, and at the very moment that they the person that she's putting this faith in, as soon as they disappoint her, in her mind they have been disappointing her their entire relationship, and it is indicative of the doom that is to come, because she truly cannot trust anyone, because her mother, the first person that she is supposed to trust and and supposed to protect her at all costs, she had a childhood in which she was constantly disappointing her. So she manifests literally the worst possible outcome, because that's the thing that she ruminates on the most because of this anxious attachment style. And so you watch her and Ian throughout the course of the series go back and forth in this whole like, I love you, but I don't want to be disappointed. I'm going to break up with you. Let's get back together because you're the love of my life. Let me blow up another part of my life so that I can be with you again. And then make another decision that's going to be the end of our relationship, while also still trying to not let go of this relationship. Like, it is maddening watching her.
It's a love story.
I don't think that's love. I do think that they love each other. I don't think that they are, or what Camille does is exhibit actual love. And honestly, Ian is equally to blame as well, because his level of indecision.
Well,
his level of indecision is frustrating as well, because instead of knowing Camille and knowing that this is how she catastrophizes situations, like, he, I think, doesn't do a good enough job of like reframing the space and saying, listen, we are in a relationship in which nothing is ever going to be perfect. So I need you to stop trying to duck and run every time it gets hard in our relationship.
I mean, he does.
Every time something gets hard, Camille, you want to run away, and he just lets her.
I don't know if he lets her as much as like he tries to have a conversation with her. He's always tried to have a conversation with her, but she just, you can't stop Camille. She gone already.
She's so crazy.
Like, I don't know if he deserves enough credit to where he deserves like half of it. I don't know if that's fair, because
you're right. I amend that statement. He is not half, but what I will say is that
he always communicates to her.
I know you could not jerk me around on this emotional train of I love you, but I'm going to let you go, but I'm not going to let you go. I'm going to wait for you to come around.
I can't do it because I'm not hot enough, and I think that's really the point here. Everyone,
Babe,
is that
not what we are talking about. I'm talking about like emotionally, to let somebody constantly over and over and over again like jerk your chain and basically be like, no, I don't want you, but let's be friends with benefits, but no, we can't be in a relationship, but are you in a new relationship now? That's really effed up. Why didn't you tell me? And it's like this whole it's stupidness. Like, why is he allowing himself to be caught up in that foolishness? And it's because she looks the way she looks. It's because she's stunning.
Did I not just say that?
That's not what you were just talking about.
Yes, it was.
You said you're not hot enough to do that.
No, I meant not me. I meant like that was the general statement to say like that's kind of also plays a part.
I think the only reason why someone that looks like Camille would not have been painfully single, right? Like, is because of how beautiful she is. There's always going to be someone who will be like, I mean, I'll give it a go. It's like Kim Kardashian. You can see all the walking, you can see all the red flags, but then you also see that ass. You know what I'm saying?
For some, cool.
So it's just wild. I just thought that.
How do you feel about the ending?
I mean, the ending was fine. There was a lot of open threads for me still.
I think that's a method that people use to try to end the show without it being looked into too much. Like, they try to make it so it's like, oh yeah, they'll just go off and whatever. And so I think that's a way.
I feel like Camille and Ian's story is the only one that wrapped up kind of nicely, because
for now,
the fact The fact that they finally got back together and accepted that they do want a family with one another and that they are going to, you know, stay together, that was fine. Ty and her girlfriend situation, that was very rushed to me.
Well, Ty has been dating for a while, and they're all of that age, right? So I kind of see how and why that went a little faster, because when
But their specific situation, I felt like progressed too quickly. So Ty's character ends up getting into a relationship. I can't remember the young lady's name
the
in the
actress,
show. Not just the actress, but who she was playing. But Ty ends up getting into a serious relationship with a woman who she figures out very quickly that she's falling fast for. And she does something that is very dishonest and breaks, her partner's trust during a pretty critical time in their relationship. What was going to be like obviously the next big step of like, meeting each other's
Eva's the character.
Eva.
Gail Bean is the
Is the
actress.
actress. Yeah, so like, she basically stood her up, in front of her mom and really embarrassed her and just, showed for like the second time some real red flaggy type of behavior, which, to be fair, Ty said that she would potentially ruin her life, and I guess she just didn't take heed. But to go from that to where we ended in the series, with her proposing to her, I thought was like, I don't know. I felt like it was a hop, skip, and a jump. Like, I don't go from like breaking up with you because I realized that you did some really shady stuff to me to you proposing to me and me saying yes. Like, this can't be our first conversation since I've broken up with you, is you proposing to me. Like,
Ooh, well, that's interesting, because you got to do the way in which the reason of the breakup, and how permanent it was, in the sense of like commitment to her. I could see why making the ultimate commitment, as people would say, in proposing, would match up to how grossly she effed up, especially because she got the girl's mom on board and blessing to do that, which is traditionally, for men at least, you have to get parents' approval.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see how where the F up is up here, that means you have to match the F up with a thing. They've already said that they loved each other.
Yeah.
Like, they're older. Like, I don't know. I can kind of see.
Also was like,
You think it's like love bombing?
I think it was emotionally manipulative.
Knowing Ty.
And knowing how like she doesn't F up small in her relationships. She F's up bigly, okay?
Yeah.
She really does shit the bed with her relationships. And I feel like this was the first one was bad. The second one was worse. And then the solution to both of them was her like these large declarations of her love, right? I'm seeing a pattern of behavior that to me looks like someone who will leverage your like emotional feelings for them to their advantage. She really walked into that woman's place of work and was like, "Dang, you gonna do me like that?" Knowing damn well what she did to her the night before.
It's crazy.
I was like, you walking in here with the full-fledged fuckery of someone who is meant to ruin my life.
Yeah.
Like the boldness in which you came in here knowing that you were like as wrong as two left feet and expecting me to apologize to you for how I'm reacting to what you did to me is crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It was insane. She literally had her dead to rights. And then and only then when she was like, I mean, can we talk about it? No, bitch, we can't talk about it. Get out of my office. You tried it. You lied straight to my face, bold face, and you was finna do it again. You came up to my job to do it again. I had to punch you. I really should. I really should. So that one was a bit odd for me. The ending of like the conclusion of who's the other of Quinn's story. That one was interesting
because she ends up single, right?
Yeah,
basically.
she ended up single again, but running into, her old
Oh
flame.
yes, 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 yes.
And also Angie,
Oh,
the
child,
ending of her relationship, but also in like the budding of, her career, which is like finally taking off and stuff like that.
allegedly.
There was so much that I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I really wouldn't mind like one more episode, but that it is what it is. I just felt like they rushed. I I don't want to say the ending felt rushed because I don't think that's fair. The ending didn't feel rushed. I'm just not ready. I'm not ready
And some people would
for
say
it to be done.
that means it's the show did its job in a way. And I think with it being open ended like that, who knows? Like studios pick up and put down stuff all the time. Amazon did a really
Yeah,
good
maybe they'll
job,
do
but
a movie or
maybe they'll
something
do a
like that.
movie or maybe someone else will pick it up or something like that. The game then came back. I know I didn't reach in the back of the throwbacks,
Yeah.
but the game then came back on a million, two, four different platforms. It was on BET, then it was on something else, and then it was on something else, CW. So
I think
maybe
it
I don't
started
know
on the CW and then it ended up.
on BET and just yeah. So we can button it up on this. Like, how do you feel about Angie's decision? So she was basically given an ultimatum by her
Yeah, she
man,
was.
right? To say like, if you go do she was offered softly, really softly.
Soft
She had the girls trip to play the
musical
musical.
that she did, and she killed it.
Yep, she killed it. And a producer or director came up to her and said, "Hey, we have a movie coming up with Idris that in the summer that we think will be great for you. We're shooting or filming between like July and August." And her man is standing right there. They are planning on getting married in July. And
A very expensive wedding, mind you, that he didn't want.
yeah,
Not because he couldn't afford the expensive wedding. That wasn't the problem, but because he doesn't have a very good relationship with his family, and so, but Angie is an incredibly popular person with a massive family,
yep,
and an equally as big friend group, of
yep.
people who like really do love and admire her. And he was like, it would be it would feel a bit embarrassing for me, so I would want something a bit more intimate. So they've been planning this wedding for a year, with him kind of
But he
kicking and screaming.
compromised.
But he compromised and he said, you can have the wedding of your dreams, why not?
You can have the wedding of your dreams. She decided to put the deposit down. It was $50,000 without him knowing, using his card. His response to that was not to be angry, but to actually just
Give her a black card.
a one of his black cards. And so there's compromise there. But when it came to this, kind of reminded me of The Best Man a little bit.
Oh, did it with Tay Diggs?
Tay Diggs' character. We are getting married in July, but I need to think about this movie. He goes, okay, I'll make it simple. You do the movie.
We're not getting
They're
married.
not getting married. It's off. And somehow, some way, Angie found a way to, in her when they finally talk and she makes her decision known that she's going to do the movie, she basically makes it a general declaration that like, you can't tell me to choose you over my career. I'm going to choose my career. And that to me felt like a little bit of a cop out because, bro, I'm not telling you to do that. I've always supported you.
Was, though.
Yeah, but we're getting married in July. We can't move. I'm not telling you. We're not going on a date. Our wedding and our honeymoon is in July. That's what you wanted.
And we planned for that.
And we planned for it. And so when a director or producer comes up to you and says, we may or may not be offering you a movie, obviously we find out that I guess she does get the movie for real.
I don't know. They never confirmed.
Well, no, towards the end of it, she's like in a dressing room and she's yelling at her, "My mom, I'm gonna be in a movie." Like,
oh, for real?
Yeah, I guess that was like the confirmation that it was gonna happen. But like, even still, it's just, I don't know. I just thought that was a real convenient way to just, it's such a artsy thing to do, to be like, I'm always gonna choose my career. I'm always gonna choose the thing that makes me happy. And I'm just like, bro,
Now
what
make
about
no
me?
mistake. Now, bro, make no mistake about it. I feel as though Angie was incredibly selfish
Incredibly selfish, and then
during
tried to make it
their
seem like he was being. I don't
relationship,
know.
but I felt as though the ultimatum that he presented to her was ridiculous. And more often, I think to say that you don't want to get married to me anymore because I don't want to turn down the opportunity of a lifetime for my career to work opposite of Idris Elba.
But he's already given you. He's already primed you, and I don't think we talked about this. Angie's not don't really listen to him. She
What
made it seem like it towards when she was making her argument, but I don't know if she really listens to him because she's
Yeah,
been.
they buried the lead, and what I was saying was that I think that she was being very selfish, like in their relationship. He is constantly there to support her. He drops everything for her. You know, he's there for her. And
He
he
left his
loves
own
her.
birthday party.
He just doesn't want to come second to her career. He doesn't. He doesn't want to come second to her career. He's okay if she comes second to his career because that's what she revealed at the end when they broke up. She was like, I've never complained whenever you've canceled, plans on me or left in the middle of us, having dinner, because that's what happened when they met up with her girls, because she wasn't hanging out with them very often. Like, remember, Angie was kind of ghost in the beginning of the season, and it's because she was planning her wedding and spending a lot of time with her new fiance. And the first time she was able to go out with her girls, he had to leave because he had someplace to go. And she said, I never made you feel bad for it. I never made you have to choose. But the moment my career starts to gain traction, you're giving me ultimatums when it comes to my career. You're planting seeds of doubt in my head on whether or not I will ever be taken seriously as an actress because of the role that I'm really proud of.
I don't know how how that ultimatum is unwarranted when the context of it is our wedding.
Yeah, I don't even think that. I think that ultimatum, for one, was always coming. I think that the fact that it landed on their what is scheduled to be their wedding and their honeymoon.
Who wouldn't draw the last straw? Who wouldn't draw that last straw?
I understand. What I'm also saying is that's not the only part that was very alarming in the ultimatum, right? The way his attitude and his mood changed just because she was the person who was getting the attention instead of him. Like, I don't think he knows how to stand by her quietly. I don't think he knows how to support her as a spouse where nothing about this has anything to do with me. When he takes her out to these dinner parties and stuff like that with all these realtors and people talking about things that they don't know nothing about, do you think she slumps or goes over to a corner?
I guess to your point, they buried the lead because we don't get to, and
we
maybe
didn't get to see any of that.
And that's so ironic because I feel like that's kind of his point. We don't. It seems like it's always been leaning more towards about what's going on around Angie, which maybe to better support your argument, that is who Angie is.
Yeah, like, Angie is the main character of her story.
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone else is the supporting cast.
Correct.
And if you're not here to make me look better, then you can go.
So by default, you have to accept that.
You do. But but what I will say, that in her closing argument and in the closing of their relationship, everything that she brought up made a lot of sense. The very same blind spots that
we saw it.
I just wish that's why I said, like, when we were watching, I was like, damn, they buried the lead with that one.
Like, I feel like when you talk about like being rushed, like they rushed that part. They picked that to like.
They cut that that made it onto the editing floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't actually show the hypocrisy in his argument, because what we saw depicted throughout the season was him constantly making concessions for her, but not really emphasizing how many concessions that she had made for him.
We barely even see what this dude did. I know he was a realtor, but we barely.
Because he was always rushing in and out. Yeah. Because she was like, "Oh, you got another deal."
We ain't never seen him at work for real.
No, because he's always coming back home after, stuff, and they only have a couple of minutes to talk to each other, and that's when she tells him, good news about her, and he's never as excited for her as she is for him whenever he has something going on, So It was like you said, it would have been nice to see that, but to answer your question, I don't think she's wrong. I think she was right in her decision. One thing about Angie, when it comes time to it, she's gonna show up for her. Every single time. She was like, there may be a lot of people that disappoint me, but I'm never going to disappoint me. She rises to the occasion. She shows up as her full authentic self, and she's never lied about who she was.
True.
Never.
That's why I'm actually happy that he gave the ultimatum, because
it just made the decision real clear.
Having to make the prediction, I was like, he's going to have to see it. And we saw him see it in real time. Like, oh. He
was like, yeah, I don't think I like coming second. I don't think I like coming second. And Angie was like, well, yeah.
I'm finna do a movie. Bye.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He's out of 50 grand. That he didn't choose to be in 50 grand.
Yes, he did. He chose to be in it when he proposed to her.
He chose to be in it when he proposed to her, but as far as picking a wedding venue, he didn't fully make up his mind to pick that venue.
No, he didn't.
And so now he's also it's real, I don't know.
That wasn't a deal breaker in their relationship.
True.
That wasn't an issue.
True.
We sitting over here hemmed up over this 50K. He's not. That was not a problem for him. He was like, 50K, babe, I don't care about the 50K.
Yeah, well,
what I care about is
call me broke if you just say that then.
If you broke, just say that. You know what I'm saying? But that's clearly not his issue. He's one of the top real estate agents in New York. So we're talking about he gets commission on multi-million-dollar deals regularly. And when we say regularly, like in the world of real estate, selling a multi-million-dollar property, like selling one a quarter, it's pretty good, because we're talking about 6-figure commissions every single time.
You sell a $5 million property,
you're getting $200,000 off of it.
Yeah,
like
cash,
just like that. Boom.
Bada.
Yeah. And that's some people's salary that's more than, the average person's salary for the entire year, 200 grand. You made that off of one sale. Yeah. And they'll fuck around and have a year where they sell five or six of those.
Yeesh.
Jesus. The taxes is nuts.
Yeah.
But
shout out to Harlem.
I'm really gonna miss the show. I thought it was always shot so beautifully.
Yep.
Last thing I'll say, the way they always shot Ty and Eva whenever they were in their scenes, we were always blown away at how stunning the set design, the wardrobe, the lighting, the makeup for these women. They looked like looked like a dream.
Black magic,
they really
man.
Did. They looked like
Beautiful.
They lived in this was a different dimension. The colors were richer. Things were more saturated. Everything was jewel toned. They just looked fucking amazing.
Yeah.
All the time. So yeah, shout out to Harlem. I thought it was a super dope show. I liked it all in all. And I'm really gonna miss it. I am.
Dope.
Yeah, for sure. All right, babe. Let's close it out with some Am I Trippin'?
Oh, you don't have a member in?
Nah, I'm gonna pass on the member.
Cool. Even better. All right. We'll do one. So hopefully that's a good one.
Okay. So, am I tripping?
Right.
I've been on a couple of dates with a guy, and every time he gave me an excuse for why he couldn't drive. After pressing him, he confessed to owning a car, but says he shares it with his ex. That sounds suspect to me. So I can't shake the feeling that he and his ex are still together. Am I tripping?
No, but they may not, and they may not be together, but they are in a situation that you may not want to be a part of.
100%.
Even if they're not together.
Nope.
Actually, I think it would be easier if they were together. I think if they're not together, it's worse.
Pretty clear that she's just a side chick if they're together.
Yeah, sure, right. Well, one of them is a side chick, but
no, not one of them. The one in this card would be the side chick.
Sure.
Yeah, whoever came after is the side chick.
Yeah, I think that's the easier situation. It also could be that they just have a really toxic relationship.
No, it could just be that he's broke and this nigga need to buy his own fucking car and he don't have the money. So there are red flags.
Cars are expensive, man.
No. What?
They are.
What?
Cars are expensive. What if
You can't
what
even
if,
say it with a straight face. You
Look,
can't get a
man.
car. We've been on a couple of dates and I always have to drive you. I'm never picking no nigga up for a date.
Pro tip.
Are you dumb?
Pro tip. Why don't you you're gonna have to spend this money either way. If you're not gonna have if you can't get the car note or maybe you can't afford the car note,
I would just say that I don't have a car.
bro,
I don't have a car.
just Uber Black that thing, man. Just don't
Straight
hide it.
up.
Just hide it, bro. She would not ask this question if you was Uber Blacking everywhere. She wouldn't even, you know.
I just think I'm too old for these type of problems. You know what I'm saying? For me to be dating somebody and every time, you know, we want to go somewhere, I have to pick you up, or you know what I'm saying?
I'm never gonna be that dependent on somebody.
That's corny. That's
to go
corny
anywhere.
behavior. You're an adult. You're an adult. If you cannot have your own car, then you can't afford to have a woman. I just don't think you can.
Yeah, I mean, even if because it could be a lot of things, like your credit is binded up, you can't get a car right now.
No, there's cars being sold on Craigslist. You can drive down the street and you can find somebody with a car in their front yard that says it's for sale. Like, stop it. Cars are very easy to get. You can get a nice pre-owned Toyota Camry. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be straight. But the fact is you ain't got no money, okay? And the fact that you're sharing your car with your ex,
I wonder how many times she's had to this situation before this card became a thing.
Nah, man, this is lame.
And how many dates where
the second. The first one, if we both are lifting to the place, if we're just meeting up at the place, how will I know, right? But after a couple of dates and I'm like, yeah, you know, we should kick it sometime. Maybe not at a restaurant, but maybe I can come over to your place or you can come to mine.
What if the car is busted? If I gotta
go get you?
What if the car is busted?
If his car is busted?
Like, do you feel the way?
Not really, as long as it's not embarrassing to get into. Like the hubcap is missing and is screaming down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if it's not, what's that face? What's that fucking face?
No, you said screaming down the street. Continue. Good. Yeah, it's interesting.
What's the face?
Because I think.
Say how you feel.
I just think that's an interesting perspective. Because, why? I mean, we've all had experiences with if you're lucky, you know, cars that are not as appealing, and we have moments where we have to sit with that for a while, and some sit with it more than others. And so I think it's just interesting that you bring up, especially a car that's railing down the street, you know, as like a ill for you.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting. It's a double standard, babe, is what I'm saying to you.
You can say however you feel. You asked me the question.
Because if I had the car that you had for too long, you'd be like, babe, there's a hole in this car.
Okay.
I can hear you 2 miles. I can hear you 5 minutes before you get here.
Not 5 minutes. That's ridiculous. You can't hear anybody 5 minutes before you get anywhere.
Has had the same comments about this vehicle that you had.
That I used to possess, yes.
Let's move on.
Let's. Okay?
Oh my God.
Let's. But I'm saying for myself, if a guy had a car and it was, you know, not the nicest car on the lot, but it wasn't the worst, you know, like it's operating, it's reliable, and it's not like embarrassing to be in, then fine. But you telling me that you sharing your 3 Series BMW with your ex?
What if it's a G-Wagon?
It sounds like it's her car. It sounds like it's her car and you still want access to it. That's what it sounds like. Because I don't know no grown man who will be broken up with a woman but still let her use his car from time to time. What?
Not if he would have 2 cars. That's what I would think.
There is no single man who lets his ex use his car that's not his BM and they don't have nothing going on. It doesn't make sense. And that was her whole question. It's like, this feels kind of suspect. Like, I don't know. Am I tripping? Bitch, no.
Yeah, the answer is no.
The answer is no. Men love their cars.
Facts.
You telling me he's just going to let his shorty, like his ex-girl, come up and get the keys or drive off with his car whenever she wants because they share it.
And why you don't ever have the car when we have a date?
Wow, how convenient. It sounds like it's her car. What is you saying? What kind of weird shit is this?
Because it should just be, hey, you should have the car. The probability of you having the car should be higher. If we're gonna take this,
If we're gonna take it completely literally,
it should be higher if it's your car.
who goes out of their way to go get the vehicle of their ex instead of just calling a Lyft or Uber?
Also, why not? Don't even bother say that. I wouldn't, as a man,
No.
even if it was true, like even if it was like, okay, I have to share my car with my ex because
I'm
of
not
whatever,
sharing shit.
I wouldn't even tell you that. Like I might say it to you like one time, but I'm getting the Lyft. I'm getting
not
the
sharing
Uber.
my car with anybody that I'm not with.
Yeah,
I'm not sharing my car with an ex. What we sharing shit for? It would make more sense if
Maybe they both co-signed on it. You know, maybe it's they both of their car. That's what I'm saying. It could be a little bit more,
I
toxic.
think it's dumb. And I don't think she's tripping. I think it's a red flag. You should run for the hills, girl.
Run, Forrest, run.
Run, girl. Anyway, so we're gonna call it there.
I think we did it.
I think we did it, y'all. Okay. So if you have made it this far in the podcast, thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. Y'all, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe on all of the platforms. One Thing for Certain Pod. Okay. Check us out on Spotify, obviously on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Okay. All of the things. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And no matter where you go after this, look at me. Go with God.
Go with God.
You understand? It's a One Thing for Certain podcast, y'all. Peace.
Deuces.